Oh, hello, my peeps. I do believe we are live. Sorry, I just went to, we have been rushing around. We were doing some errands, and I went to push my glasses up and missed and just made a big fingerprint all across the lens of my glasses. So, hello. Oh, here, I keep forgetting to bring that. And welcome to day 11. It is day 11 of 25 days. We're almost at the halfway mark. I hope you're feeling it in your craft room. Like I hope you're noticing the difference. I have been diligent. This is the longest period of time I have gone where I've cleaned my desk off every night. I will be honest. And it is so nice to walk in to a clean desk. I know there's a way back, I don't even know who it was, that said the key to a clean house is make sure your sink is clean every night, your kitchen sink. And it is the same idea. Like when you walk in and there's dishes in the sink, like, but if it's clean, you walk in and you're like, oh, right, let's go, coffee, the same in the craft room, I'm finding. So yesterday we tackled patterns and samples and your like templates for things and stuff like that. I did get mine all cleaned out. I know I have more of the like fancy fold cards that I keep so that I can actually like see the mechanism and see how it all works. I didn't come across them yet. So I think they might have, I have a couple boxes in my office that still have to be gone through. And I thought when I do tax time, that's when I'll do it, which is going to start very shortly. I have a feeling there's more in there. So I have lots of room to grow though. I have lots of room in that box. I did get the bigger box. It's when we do when I do the last day, I will kind of walk through and show you that one of the days, like second or third from the end is, okay, any spot we didn't hit, now go do that one. Because there's just some like odd things that maybe you have. I think the other thing I forgot to mention was if you're watching along and you're like, oh, I don't have a craft room, but you have a sewing room or you have a wood shop or you have I think the idea is still the same. So when I say today we're looking at, ribbon and embellishments, maybe for quilting it's trim and something. And when I say we're doing ink, well, check your threads. Like I think there's ways that you could probably make this work for any kind of hobby or anything. And then if it helps in other areas like the business side of things with paper, just pick one area, one task each day and go do that one and just work your way through. It doesn't have to be 25 days. That just happened to work out mathematically. But so anyway, so I hope you're like starting to feel the lightness. That's what I find is like the more I'm like purging and starting to downsize and stuff, the lighter everything feels and it's easier to find things and you're not tripping over things. And so today we are on ribbon and embellishments. Now, when I did, so I'm going to lean forward, as you can see. There's little feet on there. Okay, I pushed them. So when we did this originally, I had these kind of off to the side of my main workspace. But when I was trying to put in that extra little bin that has since been repurposed, I found that I had to push the one thing and it didn't fit. So I put them in different containers. So I had this kind of dead space underneath my computer anyways. And I was trying to figure out ways because I had stuff in front of it and I was trying to figure out ways to make it work. But I have since like changed like 6 things on my desk, I think. And these were some bins that I just already had. So I just took the ribbon and embellishments and put them in these bins and slid them underneath. And they have these little handles on the front. So when I go to grab them, they're easier to grab out of there. They are kind of long though. And I don't know if I like them. But right now, until I'm finished, I do need to, I had always planned to make a different pen case because I have like 2 or 3 different ones I made at a different time. And I would rather have one like big solid one that embellishments and the pens and the things so I might add a couple more pieces and stick them together and stuff. So until I know for sure that I'm not going to change that, this works for now. But whatever bin system you have, they could be in one. I could put one big bin underneath there and like because it would fit. Then I could pull it out and I would have ribbon embellishments at the same time. But that means when I'm actually crafting, there has to be enough clear space just off the top of my glass mat that I can get that bin out. So is that always going to happen? I don't know. It's definitely a lot easier to pull one of these small bins up over top of what I'm working on. So we'll see. But same theory is going to apply to everything else we've done. So I'm going to go through. This is what I have in my way. This is what I have as my current ribbon. Okay. And twine. I like twine more than I like ribbon. So yes, I don't have a ton of ribbon. And I ended up doubling up on one, which almost never happens because I rarely even finish one. So I didn't look in September. I did not check. I don't think I did, to see what was current and what wasn't. So it's possible there's stuff in here that wasn't even current in September, but I guess we'll find out. I have, these are the old, I'll show you my secret stash just to make you all jealous, but these are the old way that we used to get the twine, right? It was on the bigger spools. I think linen thread used to come on a piece of cardstock, and then it switched to the smaller one. But so because we can still buy twine in a pack that has red, white, black, gray, red, white, black, gray. Oh, and vanilla. There's like a little 5-pack of the small little things because I got one of those here. I still use my, like, these are still in there. Yes, this format is retired, but I can still buy this colored twine, so it technically is not. And yes, I like twine more than ribbon. So here's my other little thing that sits in a drawer behind me. I have a twine stash. And I mean, I got a twine stash. The jealousy of many. Because when they sell something out, so when they sold out on this format, I bought, I don't know, 20 rolls of this stuff. And at first I couldn't find some of it. And then as I was cleaning last year when I was getting ready for it, I just kept finding more and more of it. So I think I still have like another half dozen. I gave some to somebody who would truly appreciate it. My friend would truly appreciate it. Oh, there's ribbon underneath there. I didn't think there was ribbon in there. I'll have to go look through that again. But then, and I have some of the bigger rolls of black, and I have actually one of them is blue, which at some point we had blue. But anyway, so this is what I have, like a twine stash. And this is also just where I keep my extra linen thread, which is my absolute favorite of all the twines. So I do keep them separate. So this is my twine stash. This is my current. And then this is my retired ribbon that I have. So some of the ribbons, Rascal, sorry, the dog is coming at me from underneath the desk, pushing my garbage can into me. I don't know what he thinks is there, but yeah, never a dull moment. So yeah, I have lots of like the retired twines. And then these are retired ribbons. And these are, you'll notice it's just a selection. And it's a lot of just the more natural colors, except for this. I absolutely love this black and white ribbon. And we had black and white, and then we had vanilla and black. And then they retired the white, but they kept the vanilla. And then when they retired the vanilla, I was like, come on, you guys, like, this is black and white. This is such a staple that I have this. That's what I saw down there was one more full roll of this. So like everything else, though, these are just trays from IKEA. I'm pretty sure they still sell them. I just can't remember what they're called. But this is my limit on how much retired ribbon I can have. I had way more than this at one point. Not last year, but the year before my retired product sale. I had 8 or 10 bags, and each one of those 8 or 10 bags had about 10 rolls of ribbon. Like some of them were open. A few of them were brand new, but some of them were, I had so much ribbon, and I thought, this is crazy. I'm not even, like, I don't even have anywhere to put this, let alone do I use this much ribbon. I look and I'm like, oh, I like it. That's pretty. No. So this is now my limit on ribbon, right? So I have ribbon. The twine is separate just because once this stash is done, I won't be able to ever replace this stash. Like I'll have little bits and pieces of whatever, but this is like some of this stuff. At one point, they came back with it this year, but at one point you could buy the old olive twine, just like an individual roll. So in the fall, they came back with a set that was half old olive, half espresso. But these are like bigger old rolls of twine, had way more twine on them too, because they were like single rolls, not half of a set. So I still have a bunch of those that are from probably 10 years ago. So I don't know that I'll be able to restash it, but it fits right in the drawer this goes in, it fits right beside it. So that's why we do that. So that's how I store my ribbon. And I'm going to go through once I'm off the computer. So because I need the computer. I'll go through and I'll check and see which ones of these are still current, which ones of them are retired, and then I'll take the retired ones and I'll look and see if they fit in this case. And if not, I have to do a review of all of them to see how do I get, because that's it. That's my limit. Coming up soon, because I keep thinking of it, and I'm like, if I do it on a Wednesday, then I'll remember. Somebody, an American demonstrator whose name escapes, I think American. Maybe it was the German lady that was first. I don't know. I've seen it by several people, but there's this little thing you can make with cardstock to go through to hold your ribbon in place so it doesn't keep unrolling on itself. And there's like, depending on the roll of the width of the ribbon. So I'm going to do those in an upcoming live, like very soon, because I'm running out of these little clips. People have all sorts of things right now. I just use these little clips that are left over from a kit. and I just have like clipped the side of the ribbon there. Some people use elastics, some people use tape, some people use pins, however you do it. But it is good to contain your ribbon. I noticed this one doesn't have one, but I also don't have a spare clip right now. See, I think only one of these reds is current. That's what's making me wonder. But yeah, it is much easier to store your ribbon if you contain the end. Some people have the racks where the ends pull out and they're like, that's fine too. But yeah, if everything's always unrolling itself and loose, it's just going to be a gong show. So I currently have kind of the same system with my embellishments. So these are current embellishments, or at least they were, in containers. Well, this one is, I know this one is because this one just became available on the 7th of January. I know that's the new one. Same as these, see, these are kind of a half, like kind of ephemera, but kind of an embellishment. So I'm keeping them in here for now. But I have, so how it used to be, because I use a lot of the retired ones more frequently. This is the current half, and this was the retired half. I don't like them sideways in this thing. Like when I pull this thing out, I want to be able to see them this way. This is why I'm not sure if this container is going to work, because I need these things to fit this way, and they don't. So not only am I going to go through these and see what's current, but I'm also going to reconsider how I store these and like what I put them in. But same idea there. Going to go through all of those. And then this is my, I know this one's bad. This is my stash of retired embellishments. And I can tell you that this tray weighs a flipping ton. And I think because a lot of this stuff is the metal stuff, these are like some of the cutest things. And this is, I had like extra containers of it. So I've taken like the full container and the partial container and put them into one. Because even when you buy them, there's always extra room in there. So these are the, I guess if I did it this way, it might be easier to tell. These are like the deer paper clips that were out there. So they're great for Christmas, but they're also great if you're in forestry and you give lots of guys stuff with deer heads on them. I have the spiders. This is 2 or 3 containers of these spiders. I love these and I still use these. I have the coveted grommets. These ones are awesome. I used to have some white ones, but it turns out I didn't really like the white ones. If you were following me at Christmas time, you know I seem to have this obsession with nutcrackers. And it's partially because every year I give my brother something nutcrackerish, because he just recently retired from 42 years in the Army. But I also just really like them. So we had a set of wooden embellishments once. And when I got rid of the extras, I picked out all the nutcrackers so I would still have them available. So I have a bit of a nutcracker obsession. Same as these things. Like this is what weighs so much. These are the acorns, and like any of I have leaves and dog bones, and I have tassels, because as much as I know how to make a tassel, they're a bit of a pain in the butt to make. So anytime I end up with some extra ones, these are usually just used around grad. So, so as long as you have a system, and this is the thing, I am just about bursting at the seams. I do keep the washi tape, although I don't really use washi tape very much. And I'm starting to think that I need to take some of this out, because I think eventually that's probably not going to be sticky anymore. So it won't really be helpful to anybody. So I think I might, because these are starting to fall out, I might have to take this washi out, reconsider my washi position, because this is the limit of what I'm allowed to put in. And the thing is, to get this in the drawer, I have to tip it quite a bit to fit it and slide it into the drawer. So I can't just have stuff piled super high on it, because I got to be able to tip it like this and nothing to fall out. Otherwise, I can't get it in and out of the drawer. Now, most of the time, I just pull out the drawer, rifle through it. I don't even lift the thing out. But I need to be able to, so I can do this, right? So, but yeah, I keep the current stuff up there. And then this, some of the stuff, these, we don't seem to have as much, like loose embellishments like this in containers as we used to. It's a lot more on the sheets now. And some of these weren't even in, I don't even think these, oh, maybe they did. I kept the bells and stuff. Like this is probably 3 containers worth of bells jammed into there. These were trinkets at one point, but I need one more container because I don't like them in the plastic bags. They're too hard to get in and out of. But so yeah, I will be going through these again every year. I kind of go through, and if I decide I want to keep a bunch of something else, then I got to get rid of, and some of them I keep for like a purpose. I might need a project with this, but I find after a little bit, if I haven't used them within a few years, I haven't even gone back in, sometimes they will end up in the retired sale, just because how long am I going to sit there thinking I'm going to use them when I don't? So that is our task for today. Ribbon and embellishments, whether you keep them separate or together, that's what we need to do. I'm just gonna move these off my desk. Now here is the good news for tomorrow. I was just about to drop that. I will take them back out again to do them. I just need to. And then this sits right beside it. It's like it's the slickest little system I have. Tomorrow is catch-up day. So I won't be doing a video for tomorrow. I was out in the wind, so I can only imagine what my hair looks like right now, but we're about to switch to the other one. Oops. You know, I try not to switch cameras in the middle of a meeting, like in the middle of a live, because it just, I try to be all like slicker behind the scenes and nobody will notice. No, it never works that way for me. It's always a whole, wait a minute, let me figure this out. Okay, so tomorrow is catch-up day. So day 12 tomorrow, we are kind of halfway through. It's 25, so, you know, at midnight we're halfway through. But it's a good day to, it's a Sunday, so, you know, day of rest as well, but it's a good day. Just anything you didn't have enough time for. I still have to go back and finish up a couple of the stamp sets, just because I've just been having an extraordinarily busy week this week, so I have to go back and do that. I'm also out for going to play cards and have dinner for family birthday dinner tomorrow, so I don't have a lot of time, but I will, like today I'm going to finish the ribbon and embellishments, and I'm going to work on like a few more of the cards or the stamp sets, and then tomorrow, in and amongst getting all the other stuff ready, I'll finish up the last of the stamps, and then I will be caught up. So just in case you missed a day or things were taking longer than you thought, or if you have a pile of stuff that you put aside because you couldn't quite decide, maybe go back and revisit it and see if you've made your decision yet on whether you're keeping it or not. So tomorrow is just going to catch up. So I'm not going to do a video. I will post a on Facebook. There'll be a quick post that just gives you a reminder that today's day 12 catch up day. Do that. And then I will be back here. Let me look at the page because I don't actually remember. Just to give you, oh, we're starting in on the inks on Monday. So I have some good tips on the inks. I'm actually looking forward to that because I can tell you for sure one ink that needs a little attention. So we'll be starting with that on Monday. So yeah, today you're tackling ribbons and embellishments. Current, non-current, still using it, limit your space, whatever system you have, give them a little love today, so they're ready to use on your next project. All right. Enjoy catch-up day tomorrow, and we will see you on Monday.